Welcome back to the coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today we're diving into the exciting world of Lincoln Memorial. 1-cent coins from the United States of America. And trust me, some of these small pennies are worth big money. Many people overlook these coins, but certain rare dates and error pennies can be worth far more than 1 cent. So grab your magnifying glass and stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which Lincoln Memorial pennies could turn your pocket change into a valuable discovery. Let's get started. The Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin dated 1972 with the D mint mark, produced in the United States of America, and this script is designed to slowly guide viewers through history, meaning value, collecting culture and educational insight for an extended watch experience suitable for long-form YouTube content where viewers who love coins, history, and American currency can relax, learn, and enjoy deep detail without interruption as we explore why particular penny exists, how it was made, and why millions of people still search their change, hoping to find something special even when the coin itself is considered common in circulation and easy to obtain in fine condition by most collectors across the country. The 1972 D Lincoln Memorial cent was struck at the Denver Mint during a time when the United States economy was changing, inflation was rising, and everyday pocket change still played an important role in daily life, and this coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, which had already been in use since 1909, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 and used until 2008, making this design deeply recognizable to generations of Americans who grew up handling these pennies in schools, stores, banks, and homes, where they often filled jars, drawers, and collections passed down through families. In terms of metal composition, the 1972 D penny is made primarily of copper with a small amount of zinc, which gives it a warm reddish-brown color when new and a darker tone as it ages. And because this coin was produced before the major composition change of 1982, it contains a higher copper content than modern pennies, which is one reason some people hold on to them, even though the face value remains 1 cent and in fine condition. When discussing value, it is important to be honest and educational, because the 1972 D Lincoln Memorial cent in fine condition is very common and was minted in the hundreds of millions, meaning it is not rare and not valuable in the traditional investment sense, and most examples are worth only 1 cent to a few cents above face value depending on demand and copper prices. However, value in coin collecting is not always about money, and many collectors enjoy owning these coins as part of complete date and mint mark sets, or as historical artifacts that represent a specific moment in American history and everyday life. Collectors often look for errors or varieties within the 1972 penny series, especially the famous 1972 double die obverse, which is extremely valuable, but it is important to note that this error does not appear on coins with the D mint mark and only exists on some Philadelphia minted coins, meaning a standard 1972 D penny, even in fine condition, does not carry premium value unless it has unusual damage or post-mint alterations, and learning this distinction helps new collectors avoid disappointment and misinformation, which is a key educational goal of this video. The fine condition grade indicates that the coin has seen regular circulation but still retains enough detail to be clearly identifiable. And for grading beginners, this means Lincoln's outline is complete, the lettering is readable, and the memorial structure is intact. Though worn and coins in this grade are very affordable, making them ideal for beginner collectors, young hobbyists, and educational purposes such as teaching children about grading history and careful observation. And this accessibility is part of what keeps the Lincoln cent series so popular, even more than a century after its introduction. From a historical perspective, the year 1972 sits in an interesting place during the presidency of Richard Nixon, at a time of social change, space exploration, and economic transition. And while the penny itself may seem small, it traveled through countless hands, pockets, wallets, and registers, witnessing daily American life in a way that few objects can, and this connection to ordinary people gives the coin a quiet cultural importance that goes beyond rarity or price and makes it meaningful to collectors who appreciate storytelling through objects. For viewers interested in starting a collection, the 1972 D Lincoln Memorial cent is a perfect example of how collecting does not need to be expensive or complicated, and viewers are encouraged to search through pocket change, coin rolls, and old jars to experience the excitement of discovery and learning. In this channel, invites viewers to subscribe, like, and follow for more deep dives into coins, currency, and history, because every coin has a story, even the most common ones, and understanding that story is what transforms a simple cent into a window into the past. Long-form coin videos like this are designed for relaxed listening, education, and background enjoyment, and this script intentionally moves slowly and thoroughly to allow viewers time to visualize the coin, imagine its journey, and absorb the information without feeling rushed. And by focusing on one simple coin, we demonstrate that knowledge, depth matters more than hype, and that appreciation grows through patient study and curiosity, which are values shared by the numismatic community worldwide. In closing, the 1972 D. Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin in fine condition may not make anyone rich, but it offers something far more enduring, which is a tangible link to American history, everyday life, and the joy of collecting. And by learning its background, composition, grading, and realistic value, viewers gain confidence and insight that can be applied to many other coins and collectibles. And this long, detailed exploration serves as a reminder that even the smallest denomination can carry meaning, memory, and educational value when we take the time to truly look at it. Next up, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin from 1976 with the D. Mint mark represents a very common yet historically interesting piece of United States of America coinage, and this coin was struck at the Denver Mint during a year when the nation was celebrating its bicentennial. Even though the cent itself did not receive a special bicentennial design, it still circulated during a time of national reflection and pride, and collectors often ask about this coin because the date stands out, and the Lincoln Memorial reverse design connects strongly to American history. And when the coin is described as being in fine condition, this means it has moderate wear with clear details still visible, such as Lincoln's portrait, outline the word liberty, the date, and the major design elements of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. And in this condition, the coin is usually brown in color with smooth surfaces and no major damage, and its value is generally very close to face value, meaning 1 cent, though sentimental and educational value can be much higher for new collectors. To understand the value of a 1976 D. Lincoln Memorial cent, it is important to know that hundreds of millions of these coins were produced at the Denver Mint, making it a high mintage coin that is not rare, and rarity is one of the main drivers of coin value. And because these coins were made in very large quantities, many examples still exist today in circulation and in collections. And in fine condition, the coin has already seen years of use, which removes any premium that might exist for uncirculated examples, and as a result, most coin dealers would consider this coin to be a common wheat replacement era coin with a market value of about 1 cent to perhaps 2 or 3 cents if sold in bulk or to a beginner collector, and it is not usually worth the cost of professional grading or certification. The composition of the 1976 Lincoln Memorial cent is mostly copper with a small amount of zinc, which gives it its traditional weight and feel, and this copper-based composition was standard for Lincoln cents before the major change in the early 1980s, and many people enjoy collecting these older copper cents because they have a richer color and historical feel compared to modern zinc-based cents. And even though the 1976 issue is common, it still represents the end of an era in United States of America coinage. And for collectors assembling date and mint mark sets, this coin is a required piece, and its affordability makes it accessible to everyone, regardless of budget. When examining a Lincoln Memorial cent in fine condition, collectors look for even wear across the surface, clear lettering, and absence of major scratches or corrosion. And in fine condition, Lincoln's hair details are worn, but still outline the cheek and jaw show smoothing, and the reverse columns of the Lincoln Memorial are visible but lack sharp separation, and there should be no holes, bends, or heavy damage, and coins meeting these standards are considered average circulated examples. And while they are not investment grade, they are ideal for educational collections, youth collectors, and history enthusiasts who enjoy holding a real piece of circulating history in their hands. The market value of this coin has remained stable for decades because supply greatly exceeds demand, and there has been no major spike in interest or melt value that would significantly raise prices. And even though copper prices sometimes cause people to speculate about old cents, United States of America law prohibits melting cents for metal value, and therefore any value remains strictly numismatic. And in fine condition, the coin does not command a premium beyond face value, and collectors should be cautious of exaggerated claims online suggesting high worth because such claims often misunderstand. Mint marks errors or grades inaccurate. Information helps collectors make informed decisions. Despite its low monetary value, the educational value of the 1976 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent is very high, and it serves as an excellent example for learning about mint marks, coin grading, circulation, wear, and United States of America history, and teachers, parents, and collectors often use these coins to explain how money changes over time, how mints operate, and how design elements reflect national identity. And Abraham Lincoln as a figure on American coinage represents unity, leadership, and legacy. And the Lincoln Memorial reverse symbolizes remembrance and respect, making the coin meaningful beyond its denomination. For content creators, a long, detailed script about this coin can focus on storytelling, history, and collecting basics rather than profit, and a 50-minute discussion can explore the life of Abraham Lincoln, the creation of the Lincoln Cent, the transition from wheat reverse to memorial, reverse the significance of the Denver Mint, the bicentennial era context, and how everyday objects like coins connect generations, and by slowing down the explanation and repeating key ideas, viewers can gain confidence in understanding coin values and avoid scams or misinformation, and this approach builds trust and long-term audience engagement. Collectors who keep a 1976 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent in fine condition should store it properly in a dry environment, away from moisture and harsh chemicals, and simple cardboard holders or plastic flips designed for coins are sufficient, and cleaning the coin is strongly discouraged because cleaning removes original surfaces and reduces any potential collector interest, and even common coins are best left in their natural circulated state, and proper storage ensures the coin remains a clear example of its great for future reference or educational use. In the broader Lincoln Cent series, the 1976 D issue sits among many similar dates from the 1970s that are widely available and inexpensive, and building a complete set from this decade is an achievable goal for new collectors, and doing so helps develop grading skills, observation abilities, and historical awareness. And while rare errors and high-grade uncirculated coins can be valuable, the average fine condition coin remains a humble but honest artifact of daily life in the United States of America during the mid-1970s. In conclusion, the Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin dated 1976 with the D mint mark in fine condition is worth approximately 1 cent to a few cents at most, and its true value lies in education, history, and enjoyment rather than financial gain and understanding. This helps collectors appreciate coins for what they are rather than what they are hoped to be, and by sharing accurate, detailed, and thoughtful information in long-form content, creators can inspire a new generation of collectors who value knowledge, patience, and historical connection over unrealistic expectations of sudden wealth.